Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks once again for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I'm joined in studio by somebody who truly gives back to the community in many ways. Elliot Middleton, how are you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am so happy that you were on the show today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Why don't you tell everybody a little bit about what you do and why?
Well, pretty much my name is Elliot Middleton. I'm from a small fishing village called McClellinsville, South Carolina. And what my organization does, which is the name of that is Middleton's Village to Village Foundation. We go around, we collect cars and we fix them up and we donate them to folks in need, particularly in rural unpopulated areas that does not have like Ubers, taxis, ways to get around. We help folks out like that and just try to make sure that if somebody is in need, we try to help them out as best we can.
And on top of that, you also have a restaurant.
Have a barbecue restaurant. We're going to reopen on January the 19th. It's located in Owendale, South Carolina. That's 5105 US Highway 17 in Owendale. And we also started our mobile food truck venture, and that you may see all around the Lowcountry in probably about 5 different counties so far.
I know you're going to say that it feels awesome, but how does it feel whenever you're actually able to donate a car, see that reaction? What is that like?
Well, the experience with that is the first one, it blew you away and you're kind of like, I like that feeling. So now you want to do it again and you want to do it again. So it's it's very addictive, and it's not, just from the excitement, the surprise from them. You always want to be in, like, it's just addictive. You want more cars so you can bless more people.
Yeah. And why food? Why barbecue? Is this something you've always loved?
It's just living out in the rural areas. Like as a young man, you had to be around your great grandparents or your grandparents always cooking. So you always learn, how to cook. You've learned how to cook different things. You harvest different things out of the fields. So it's always, it's just always been a love of mine. And from besides mechanics, it's always been cooking. So second part of my life, I wanted to venture off into food and beverage and, enjoy doing that, and wanted to still remain working on cars. It's a weird combination, but it works.
It's the best of both worlds, you know?
Yes, ma'am.
So tell me, what's in the works for 2024?
So right now, like I said, we just got through with our 100th car donation. We are in the need of more vehicles because, we get a lot of vehicles, and most of the vehicles there are not, up to par as far as getting back on the road. So we have to take maybe 7 vehicles, and then we may use those 7 vehicles to part out one to make another one work. So you may get 2 or 3 cars out of those 7 vehicles. So we're always hunting for cars. We're always looking for donations for cars. Just being able to get around and actually seeing the different situations in rural, unpopular, small areas. Food brings everybody together, and good things bring everybody together. So that's trying to do the best of both worlds.
You took the words right out of my mouth, man.
Yes,
I was
ma'am.
going to say the exact same thing. All right, where can people stop by and give it a try again?
5105 US Highway 17 in Owendale, South Carolina. Telephone number that you can call us at, and I'll answer that phone as best I can whenever I can. 843-928-4RIB. That's 4742. And you'll be able to contact us there all throughout the week. We specialize mainly in a lot of catering and carry out on this go around of the restaurant. So it's kind of like a carry out restaurant. It gives you more of a Pizza Hut vibe, to where you can come in, you can order, or you can do a delivery. We're working hopefully with 3 vehicles that we can always be out in the commute area. And also being that the fact that we're in a rural area, I'm offering deliveries to that rural area because, you got kids that live there, they'll never get a chance to experience the pizza man coming to the door. But you'll be able to hopefully get an opportunity to experience the barbecue man coming to the door. So that's one of the outlooks that I want to do for the rural area.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
I'm so excited to be joined by Chef Sean Baxter. So, what's the second thing you're going to be making
Okay,
for
so
me?
the second dish that we're going to try to make for you guys today is going to feature two local products. One of them is going to be our local shrimp, and like I said earlier, it took me 2 years to source this shrimp to find them in the
Yeah.
same size, uniform, that will look aesthetically what we're looking for and have all of the requirements we have, you know, which is local, fresh, things like that. The company that I sourced them from is known as the Woods Fishery, and they've actually been in business since 1860. So over 145 years of customer service.
They know their stuff.
These are wild caught American shrimp. They're caught off of Tybee Island, Georgia.
Okay.
Okay. The second product we have is we're going to use a purple grit.
Gorgeous.
Okay. And that is from Jacksonville, Florida, and I
Cool.
believe that they're grown and manufactured in Florida, and then they're sent to Charleston for packaging.
Okay,
So,
sweet.
so it's kind of like a double kiss on that one. So this is what they look like. Now listen, they're a little smaller than the shrimp that you might see in some places where they're really big. Well, due to the way we get them, there's nothing added to them. They're not treated with chemicals.
Yeah.
So they're smaller, but they're fully packed with flavor, and they're absolutely delicious.
All right.
Okay.
And who doesn't love shrimp and grits, you
Yeah,
know,
right?
especially here in the
Classic dish.
South?
This is what they're gonna look like after you take them off and clean them and shell them up.
You start with the grits?
We're gonna go ahead. You want to cook your grits because your grits will take you about 40 minutes to cook to make true grits, real grits. You can use instant grits if you want. That's up to you. So you got to make sure that your stock or water, you can cook it in either one, is boiling. Stock, chicken stock would be your most neutral. So we have our water nice and boiling, and we're gonna use water because a lot of our guests might be vegetarian. So they'll be able to eat it if I don't use stock. All right, so you're gonna wanna make sure your water's boiling and seasoned. You're just gonna go ahead and incorporate your grits in as fast as your water will take them, meaning don't have them start clumping up on you, okay?
Yeah.
And make sure that you whisk it, okay, continuously and until it's thicker, and then once it's thicker, you're gonna turn it down.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And that's when it starts cooking for a long time.
Yes. All right. So,
All right, make me these shrimp.
So I'm gonna cook the shrimp now. I'm gonna sear the shrimp. So once again, I'm gonna want a nice hot pan, saute pan, cast iron skillet. I always season my shrimp before I put them in, or before I put them in the pan. I think it's easier to coat them evenly. Some people
Yeah.
do them the opposite way. All right, so you can use a couple different things to cook your shrimp. You can use olive oil or a blended oil, butter. I like to use a combination.
Gotcha.
Gives it a little more color and a little more flavor. I'm gonna go ahead and whisk this. Okay, so first I'm gonna put a little olive oil in the pan. Not too much because we're not frying them. Okay. With my butter. Let this come up to the heat.
What do you want on the plate?
All right, here that sizzle getting
Oh,
close
yeah.
to cook time. You don't want to just throw them in. You can if you want. I don't like to. I like to lay them in like that. You hear that noise? A sizzle? That's what you're looking for.
Yeah. Grab your smocks, everyone, because today we're hanging out with Natalie at Myrtle Beach Art Museum's Pottery Studio.
So I'm just pressing it, and I'm using my body weight to press on my hands. I'm not using my hand strength so much. Nice and steady while you're doing it. And that's hard, but you'll notice that I'm always bracing one hand with my other hand, and I almost always have my elbows on my legs to stabilize them.
Natalie is the Pottery Studio manager and instructor, helping new and seasoned potters hone their skills.
What is the most difficult vessel to make?
There's a couple that are pretty hard to make. Bottles seem to give people a hard time. Big, wide bowls, because they want to fall down. You know, if you get too much water on them, they fall down. If you pull them out too fast, they fall down. But the smaller bowls are easier to manage.
With more than 20 years of experience, she makes the craft look effortless.
All right, so I'm going to do what's called pulling up, and I do this at a much slower rate. And I'm just gonna push on the bottom here to push that clay up to the top.
Have you guessed what she's making yet?
And then I'll do some collaring. And collaring is another way of bringing the neck in. So I'm just going to take my hands on the outside and give it some pressure here. That's going to make the clay go up. It's going to make it thicker right where I'm pressing, and it's going to bring that center in.
After a few tweaks, voila, it's a beautiful vase.
I can't believe I got to do this today. I've
I'm
wanted
so
to do
excited.
This for so long.
That's
You have no
wonderful.
idea. This is so
Oh,
cool.
I'm so glad you like it.
If you're interested in hanging out with Natalie as well, check out her classes and join the wait list at myrtlebeachartmuseum.org. Guys, I'm at the Asher Theater with the man of 1,000 voices himself, James Stevens III. I can't believe that I even got you here on an interview.
I can't believe Will Smith slapped me.
It's so nuts hearing you do these different voices in person because you can just do them whenever you want,
Well,
right?
I do 1,000 voices here. People come in. I only do 25 a show because I want people to come back. My shows are never the same because, you know, I'll make the Eddie Murphy not good straight. You got bad breath. You got bad, you know. So.
I
And of
love
course,
it so
this
much.
is a family. It's a family theater. It's Christian theater. Asher. Asher means, you know, peace, joy, love. One of the 12 tribes of Judah. That's what we do.
I love what you guys do, and this is the first African-American owned theater
It is.
in Myrtle Beach.
And Myrtle Beach. And I've been here for 7 years, and we're going on our 8th year right now. It's really special. We got church here on Sundays. We got all types of things going on. People, AsherTheater.com. Go to AsherTheater.com and call 43903-3100. And in spirits, we call it the uncommon.
Oh, so you have different shows that are going on here all the time.
All the
What
time.
can people expect? I mean,
Just a lot of fun. We've had the Jersey Knights here. We had the Celtic Ladies here. We've had, you know, Temptations, Persuaded, Delphonics. It's always fun, family-oriented stuff.
well, tell everybody a little bit about your background in showbiz.
Okay, my background in show business, in the 90s, I started on a show with Jennifer Aniston called The Edge, where we did sketch. So I did Saturday Night Live stuff. I worked with Will Ferrell, Dana Carvey, those type of things. That's what I do. And so we do a lot of really cool stuff. We teach kids here. I teach piano and theater. So it'll be a lot of fun if people want to come. That's my background. I used to host Friday night videos on NBC. And then I work with everybody. From Garth Brooks, we raised about $20 million for the Ronald McDonald House charity.
Love it.
To Michael Jordan. To Cat Williams, he was one of my friends. Listen, Steve Harvey has a man weave. No, you know what I'm saying? So you just having so much fun.
Well-rounded.
We do a lot of stuff like Kevin Hart's about this short, you know, he's like this short. Yeah. If he was
I
here,
am
he goes,
taller.
If he was here, he goes, you get my Chase credit card? Anyway,
Tell everybody where they can get tickets and where they can find out more about
yes,
you again.
Please call 843-903-3100 or go to AsherTheater.com and experience the uncommon. It's going to be good. Like President Reagan would go, well, there you go again.
And where are you guys located?
We're located at 3237 Waccamaw Boulevard, Myrtle Beach, the old Waccamaw Pottery Mall, right down from New Spring Church.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. I love being in the studio, especially when I get to talk to authors. And I'm joined by Desiree Middleton. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful.
Awesome.
Why don't you go ahead and tell our viewers your style of writing?
So I've recently developed a new style of writing. I'm into urban fiction novels now. I just released my second back in November of 2023, and it is a series called Married to the Enemy. It's very exciting. It gives me so much excitement because I'm able to allow my imagination to just take over and run wild. And so those two books are very much full of plot twists, full of a lot of murder mystery if you're into that. Full of all of the things that you would probably see in a Tubi movie.
I love it. You're actually the first author that I've had in here that writes that sort of mystery genre, so that's really
Yes.
interesting. Have you always been interested in this since you were a kid? I mean, you published your first book in 2019, right?
Yes, so I published my first book in 2019, and it's called Finding the Beauty in Ugly Situations. And it's more so about my life, about myself, things that I had gone through and how I still remained positive and was able to overcome those things. And then after I wrote that book, I'm like, well, there's not much else I can write about myself.
Not yet.
And so I was like, I still wanted to write, I still wanted to release books, but I was like, what else can I write about? And I started following this author named Ashley Antoinette. And she writes these books, these like urban fiction books, and I read like 3 of her series in like a month. And I was like, wait a minute, I really, really like this. Like, I can create some characters like this. And so I sat down one day and I started doing it, and it was just coming just like that. And I think the best part about it is that you can make up people. You can make your characters do what you want them to do, how you want them to do it, whatever direction you want them to go. Like, my imagination just takes over.
Oh, I love it so much. So when you talk about twists, can you give me an example, or is that giving too much away?
No, yeah, I can absolutely give you an example. So the crazy thing about the first book that I wrote, urban fiction that I wrote, Married to the Enemy, when I wrote that book, I was going through a divorce myself.
Oh.
So many people were interested in the book because they thought it was a tell-all about my marriage. So eyes were on it before the book was even completed. And so when I first released it, the book sold about 250 copies within the first 2 weeks. And that was a goal for me, one that I didn't think I was going to achieve, because I was like, wow. And it was because, everybody wanted to know, what is she going to talk about in this book? And then I think when they actually read it and realized it had nothing to do with me or my marriage, it was more like, oh, wait a minute, but it's still a good book. So one of the plot twists in the book, the series, in the first book, Melody is the main character. She's a young lawyer who is trying to find herself and trying to find her way. She meets a man, she falls in love, gets married. But in the second book, we find that Melody's perfect husband might just be the enemy.
We'll leave it at that, folks. But you are now working on another book with your daughters.
Yes.
Where can people stay updated on this sort of thing?
So I am on all social media. I am on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all under @AuthorD. And then I also have my website, which is www.authordesiree.com. And I pretty much post every day, literally, on all sites. So I'm pretty active on social media. So I normally try to keep people updated as to what I have going on through my social media sites. I actually just launched my online bookstore. And so, of course, I'm going to be selling my books through the bookstore, but I'm also going to be including other authors' pieces and works through the bookstore as well.
All right, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
today.
you for having me.
Absolutely. Guys, if you want to check out some of her books, where's that website that people can find again?
It's www.authordesiree.com.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.